Hello everybody, it's Jazzy. I wanted to shoot you a quick video, which will be like a mini base tour plus a couple bonus fights. This is my beta world. I've been playing the last 541 days as Wortox on the beta branch of Don't Starve Together, which added the new skill tree for Wortox. This is my current setup. I'll talk about why I chose these skills in a minute, but let me tell you a little bit about the base. I have been building on the satellite islands of Lunar. And the reasons I've chose... There are a couple reasons why I chose this this location for building. The first one is that, I mean, it's just as easy to access as anywhere else in the Constant because of Wortox's map soul hopping. You just click wherever and you soul hop to it. It is safe from giants, so no deer clops or bears are gonna spawn on me. And, oh yeah, the sanity. Sanity. I don't have to think about sanity while I'm basing out here. I do have to deal with lunacy, so I actually have two options for dealing with lunacy. The first one is I wear an enlightened crown all the time. If my lunacy gets all the way up, then I get this blue color cube overlay, which is not very pleasant for building, so what I prefer to do most of the time is just walk around wearing a bone helm. Now, that will mean that I can't use the enlightened crown for light at night, unfortunately, so what I did most recently is just fire up the moonstorms and leave the moonstorms on while I build on this world. And the moonstorms won't occur on lunar or satellite islands, so we're safe from moonstorms. And we get free light all the time. So yeah, it's actually been quite a casual playthrough thus far. Here's my kitchen. I use this mainly to make like meaty stews and sanity food. Jelly salad's my favorite because we get plenty of leafy meat from bright shades and we get plenty of honey from farming souls. Let me show you around here a little bit. Oh, I should talk about the chest zone just for a moment. This is everything, every stackable item that I find myself in need of in this game. And for this many elastispace chests, it's been enough. And then so I put all the stackable stuff in here. Woebot takes care of everything if I drop something on the ground. And then over here, I'm storing everything that doesn't stack. So staves, amulets, burrowing horns. I actually have way too many of these. Yeah, weather panes, clothing, enlightened crowns, and Fuelweaver loot. These are Ichor preserves, so they preserve like anything consumable. So when I cook, I just usually throw stuff back into the Ichor preserves unless I am eating the food. While I'm basing on, or while I'm building stuff, I do try to eat as much regular food as possible, just to avoid having to go back and farm souls too often. All right, let me show you the island with exotic trees. Oh yeah, these are Year of the Depth Worm editions. It's honestly probably one of those it's one of those events that I'm probably just gonna have on always from now on my basing worlds. Here are my exotic trees. You can see that I've been doing a fair bit of crab king grinding and bottle hunting. It really pays off though, because if you can get a handful of sprout rock trees, you're not necessarily clearing the ruins all that much because you passively get these gems just growing in your base. It's really nice. Over here, my gloom thorns. I use them mainly for clearing out the ruins when I do ruins. Some pomegranates, some carrots. What else do we got down here? Oh yeah, this is where I store my night berries in here if I want to eat some. Forest stalker stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, here is my... Here's where I get my leafy meat. Do I have bright shades? Yeah. Let's take them out. Let's take them out. I think I'll leave Chester here. Let's use the gloomerang on them. Yeah, I don't mind having this grass infestable because I do appreciate the delivery of leafy meat and bright shade husks. Otherwise, I have to go out and find them. Nobody wants that. But this is my grass farm. I'll show you how I farm grass in a second. You're probably wondering where the geckos are. I've been moving away from using grass geckos on my bases. Mostly because it's really hard to turn them off. Like, they just keep producing items, so like if you're not constantly picking them up, then eventually your world fills up with items. I try to avoid doing that. Instead, I've got this farm, and I've got grass planted in a way where I can use the Reaper to harvest them all at the same time. And then with my lazy forager, let me just make a little bit of space here. Lazy forager picks up the grass automatically. So I just kind of go down, I click, oh no, that's the wrong one, this one. Yeah, we reap the grass, and Lazy Forager picks it up. And that way I can control just exactly how much grass I'm producing at any time. That said, I really don't need that much grass at the moment, so I'm going to swap this back. I'm going to bring this back to the, oh, come on. And just in case I want some extra leafy meat, I got these lure plants here. How fresh are we talking? No, we're not going to bother. Grass. Drop this guy at the furnace, and the bright shade husks can go in here. Next time I do a mega base world, I really want to incorporate the chests for both of the rift machines into the central zone so that Wobot can grab those materials too. What else do we have to show? Oh yeah, this is the boat area. This is where I bring sunken chests when I need to crack them. And just in case we're doing this in summer, I got a lure plant here to catch any wildfires that may spawn. Oh yeah, let me show you a little something with the Shadowcraft plinth. Those guys are mimics, and they've been mimicking this construction amulet. I think that's the real one. We can actually see in a second. One of them will jump into the construction amulet. Is he going for it? So I think it's, yeah, that's the real one. So you just use the mimic construction amulets whenever I want to do any construction. Like say I want to make some dreadstone walls, I equip the mimic amulet. Do one craft, the mimic pops back out, and then reinfests the real one. So yeah, it's basically free construction amulet uses. Very nice! Alright, I'm going to cook up a little bit of jelly salad in here, and then I'm going to show you how I get my souls and how I get my honey. I completely understand if you're currently feeling disgusted by the location of this tree right in front of my kitchen. I will say I haven't built with as many of these waterlogged trees before. I kind of like the foresty feel of it. Feels like everything's kind of covered and hidden. I don't know. It's a look that I have not really saturated my builds with in the past, but I think it's something I can kind of get used to. Or maybe I'm just desensitized to all the overlays at this point, having played for hundreds of days with, you know, the lunacy overlay and the insanity overlays and the nightberry overlays. I don't know, just having a tree in front of the kitchen doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Grabbing some jelly salad because we actually need to go fight Fuelweaver. I am due for a Fuelweaver kill, so I'm going to show you how I do it as Wortox. Just gonna grab a little bit of extra food for the road. And I think we also need a bright shade staff and a couple repair kits. So I'll grab those things, then we'll head over to the mainland. Alright, I'm gonna show you how I get my souls in this world. And it's actually pretty busted. Before I do, I should probably tell you a little bit about the skill tree that I'm using. So I'm basically doing all the naughtiness skills, which includes 2 area of effect attacks for Wortox, this Soul Pierce, and the decoy skills. And then the affinity for the shadow side adds another AoE attack for the Shadow Reaper. So that's 3 new AoE attacks that Wortox gets in this skill tree. I did unlock the soul jars. I was using the knapsack early on, but then I spec'd out of that and put that point into this skill, which makes soul hopping across the map really, really cheap in the end game once you've mapped out a decent amount of the world. So it's very useful. And then reverberation for the synergy with the Shadow Harvester skill. So I get 2 Soul Echoes, so that's 2 Soul Echo splash attacks when I soul hop. All right, so let me show you how I gather souls. This is a killer bee field, and I'm just gonna piss off a couple of these bees. Yeah, let's just get a bunch of them. We can soul hop once to use the decoy, and then the next 2 attacks will kill all the bats, and if there are any leftovers, then the Soul Pierce will clean up the rest. That's it. That's it. I'll show you again. So, decoy for the first AoE, and then 1 hit, 2 hits. All 3 of those attacks were splash damage. And if I wanted to bring honey back, I could just grab honey that drops from the bees. Otherwise, I just leave it to rot. And just to give you a sense how often I use this farm, each of these stingers on the ground are full stacks. Every single one of them, except for that one, because I just killed these bees. But, yeah, these are mostly full stacks of stingers on the ground. I'm thankful that you don't get naughtiness points for killing bees. Alright, let's go fight Fuelweaver. I think I need to stop by the ruins to pick up the key. Looks like it is the calm phase, so I will hop right over to the ruins. I didn't bring any light with me, did I? Huh. Okay then, let's be careful. We're in the ruins. My station is right there. Got the key, lovely. Let's go to the atrium now. I think I got everything I need. We got the skeleton, we got the key, we got the thermal. Yeah, let's do this. So even though I have the Shadow Harvester skill, I'm still going to use Bright Shade gear for Fuelweaver because I can't get away from the Bright Shade staff. It's just such a good tool for doing this fight. I also had the option of bringing a second bone armor down, but we could also just soul hop around just as easily. Where are my nightmare amulets? We'll do... Yeah, I think we can use this one for the fight. Okay, let me get set up real quick. The important thing to remember with Wortox with doing this fight is to dump your souls every time Fuelweaver summons new woven shadows, just so that we don't get a soul overload. But otherwise, the fight's going to be pretty much like, you know, doing the fight as Wilson. So, let us begin. I am going to lose sanity during the fight, so... I got the thermal on the ground so that, ah, crap. I got the thermal on the ground so that he doesn't snare me as often. It wouldn't be a huge deal because I got plenty of souls, but... It's just a little bit of added extra security. Alright, let's see how clean we can make this one. Oh, this is going so well. I'm doing 84 damage. That's not too bad. I'd be doing more with the Reaper, but then, yeah, I would have to bring another set of gear to use the Bright Shade staff, and I'd rather just use the helm and the staff and the sword. The sword is great for Fuelweaver. Is that it? Okay. Oh crap, we gotta repair this guy too. It's actually a good time to repair it, I think. Alright. Let's get started. Oh yeah, I forgot to dump the souls. There we go. Hey! And, oh shoot, I actually didn't kill all of them. Thank you, Terrorbeak. We've got one more. One more. Cool. Pretty straightforward. Got the summons. This is a good time to repair that. No! Man, it is really hard getting rid of these Terrorbeaks. Oh, and let's dump the souls. No, we gotta dump them. No problem. We get them all? I think we did. And I think we're gonna swap out this guy. Do you mind, Terrorbeak? Seriously? Sheesh. That is the one downside to using the Nightmare Amulet versus the Bone Helm is you do target everything, including shadow creatures, which keeps them alive for a little bit longer, unfortunately. Why am I not using the sword? Whatever. Oh, gotta dump the souls. Okay. I think we got all of the, yeah, we got everything. Cool. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you see how fast your souls fill up during this fight? So you just got... What I was doing, in case you missed it, I was control left-clicking one item into here, putting the rest in here so that now my inventory's full, and now when I right-click, it will release all the souls onto the ground. That's like the quickest way of getting rid of souls as Wortox, versus just dropping them out one by one. I hope that made sense. Anyways, Fuelweaver's dead. That was cool, and yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. If you have any questions about, you know, why I chose certain skills or like how I progressed, feel free to ask. And I would like to work on a recap of the boss run portion of this run. It was actually quite fast and incredibly fun. I gotta say, Wortox is probably one of my favorite characters that I've played with in a long time. Endgame basing was an absolute treat. I think Wortox is probably one of the best endgame characters right now, especially with his skill tree. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.